Hello guys, let's continue with the development of the project. To summarize what we have done until now, we created clean architecture, we integrated clean architecture, creating those two layers, the domain layer, which has the entities for the project, the repositories for the admin and client, and also the use cases for all of the entities we are going to be using on this project. Today what we are going to do is start working on the design for the admin and also for the web. So let's continue with this, but before we do that, let's mock the data, because we created like this, but we are not returning anything. Those methods are going to be calling the backend, but for now we are going to mock them, and we are going to use the AI to mock the data. So for example, we have banners. Let's ask the AI to mock this information. Could you mock data for this repository? This is the entity. Okay, and this is a repository. We are going to be using this one here. Okay, this is the interface, the result state. Okay, and let me provide the result state. This is the result state. Okay, we have this, and here we have the mock data. So we copy and paste this. What is it? Banner repository. We paste this here. Yeah. And we are going to simulate that we are consuming the data from the backend. So we are implementing a delay here with timeout, and then we are returning the data. Okay, this is okay, and we want the same for create. We want the same here. This is an async method, and we are doing this. Okay, and we want an update also, and the update is going to be here. This is another thing, and we need also the delete. Okay guys, with this I think we already completed for the banners. Let's do the same for the experience, and let's do the same. Could you do the same for this repo? And this is the entity. This is the entity. Okay, we have the mock data here. We copied this, and we are going to paste the mock data here, currently ongoing, and we are going to copy the other methods. So those methods are going to be like this. So basically what I'm doing here is creating static data for the moment, because we are going to now focus on the design, and later these static data are going to be replaced for the backend. We are not using the backend here with the Next.js using Prisma like other websites, but we are learning something else, which is creating a backend with AWS lambdas. Sorry, and we are getting this here. An update. There's an async and delete also. Okay, this is an async and the delete. Okay guys, and let's do for profile. Now I want for this repo, and this is the entity. This is the entity. Okay. Mock profile. I am mocking the profile here. Let's paste this here. Let's copy this part here. And also let's copy this create here, and later we are removing the comments and all of that, but for now let's do this like here. I think okay, and delete. And finally for the projects, now for this repo, and this is the entity. Okay, we got the mock data. We can put this here, and we are going to copy this. Okay, this is going to be copied here, and this is another thing, and this also is going to be copied here. This is another thing, and this part as well. So this is going to be here. Sorry, I haven't copied. And this is async, and the delete is going to be put here, the last one, async method. Okay guys, so basically we are mocking the data. Okay, but we need to mock the same for the client. Let's mock the same here. Okay, copy and paste here, and let's copy the fetch data from here to here. Okay, and for experience also I have this experience, and let's copy and paste this here, and the experience is going to be also this, and let's replace this part. Don't forget this is the data that is going to be displayed on the website that everybody is going to have access. The admin needs an authentication. We are going to authenticate all of those, so we need to separate concerns here. For the profile, let's create a profile, put here, and let's create also let's return this part. Okay, profile, return the profile, and this is an async method. Okay, why this is not working right now? Okay, because we are not returning one profile. Well, at least I made a mistake. And the project's the same. Let's move the projects here. And let's return the projects like this. Okay, guys. So now we have the data. We have the data mock on the data layer. And now let's focus on developing the client. Let's focus on this. Let's define the structure. So let's see what we got here. Here we have a menu, then we have a hero section, a feature section, the experience, the projects we have, and that's it. So we are going to create the hero section. Sorry, let's put this here, so I can move from here to here. Okay, if we run the project pm run dev, we are going to see that for the web, which is running on the port 3000, we are accessing here, we only have this click me method. Okay, so now what we want to do and need to do is to structure our code. The home page is going to be load this part. Next.js loads the page at the root level. Inside the app we have this page, so here we are putting all the design for the home page, because this is the page that we are loading when we use the path, the root path on the URL. But if we want to add more pages, which is not necessary here because this is the home page alone and we are using a landing page. But if there is another page, like we are going to create, for example, for blog or something like more details about this project, when a user clicks here, maybe we want to display more details or something like that, we want another page, so we need to structure with folders like this, create another folder. But for now we are let's develop the home page. Let's start with this part, and since this use Shadcn components and also Tailwind CSS, we are going to copy and paste the styles here. Okay, so let's first what I'm going to do is create a new folder called pages. Okay, and inside the page I'm going to create the home page, and inside the home page I'm going to add home page tsx. This is going to have the code on the client side for the home. So let me create this home page. Here are my documents. Here are my experience. And from the app here, what we are going to do is call this home page. Okay guys, now we have this structure, and we are going to create also another page called components. Okay, this component is going to have the home page also for the home, because I don't want to mix things. I like to organize this way. What is the difference between the pages and the components? So the page itself has this unique page. Okay, here we are going to use this home page to add all of the components that involves this landing page. We're going to use the hero section, the feature section, the experience section, and the project section here. And the components here, we are going to add those sections. For example, here we are going to add hero section. That's going to be only for the home page. And we are going to add the profile section, CSS, and we are going to add the experience section, CSS, and we are going to add also the project section, CSS. Okay guys, so now here let's create the hero section first. RC hero section. This hero section is going to have that, and profile section, RFC profile section, and also we have the experience section, RFC experience section, and we have the project section. So now here we are going to have the a div. Inside this div we are going to add the hero section, and we are going to add the profile section. You see here we are adding only the sections all here on this page, and this is going to be a client. I use client. What I'm saying to this, by default Next.js it defines all of the components as a server-side components. What does mean? There is a concept that you can load all of the design before sending to the browse. So you can create a server-side components that you the browse is not going to construct on the browser. But when you put this use client, that means we are going to use the browse resources to build the whole screen. Why this is a use client component? Because this is only going to print the data. We are not getting the information here. So let me complete this, and we are going to go in further details later. So we have the hero section, the profile, the experience section here, and we have also the project section like this, and that's it that we have here. This is a footer. We are going to do this later on. Those are general components. And now what we are going to do next is start building this hero section. To build this hero section, we are going to use this. So let's see what is the structure here and what components they use to build this component here. So here we have, let me put this on the other side, okay? Let me put this here. Tailwind CSS by default creates their websites responsive. So it is by default responsive, and you have to make sure that this mobile design adapts to the desktop. It's in the other way that you have, I don't know Bootstrap or I don't know other frameworks to design, but they will do this way, like first you are going to design the mobile part and then you are going to adapt that mobile part to the desktop. And I think it's nice because by default all of the components are responsive. So let's see what we want here. For the hero section, we have the banners, right? We created the banners. If we go here, we have this part which is going to be used by the client, which is fetch use case banner. So here we need those banners. So we are going to define the props here, asking the banners to be injected here on the hero section. So banners, we are receiving at least maybe because I don't know if I'm going to use the option that we have here on the design. I don't know if we added, let me review if we added the dependencies. No, we haven't added dependencies. We need to add the dependencies. Repo core and domain, which is workspace, okay, and same for data, and we are going to go there, apps, web, pnpm install. So we are adding those two package to the website. So now we can have the reference here. Yeah, and this is a list. Let me go here to my repo here, and I'm going to paste this part here. Okay guys, this is a cool website where you can find some of the UIs, some components. For example, if we go to the hero sections, hero sections, there are some cool designs like this that use Tailwind CSS. You can use them on your websites, and this information is going to be displayed this way, right? So you can use those, and you can see the code here. Maybe you can buy also, because this is like have an access, but I can tell you guys this is Shadcn Tailwind CSS has a lot of cool designs, so I like to use them. But for now we are going to focus on building this part because this is the portfolio we are building. So let's see what we got here. And this is the whole component. Let me check. Yeah, this is the parent. Yeah. This is the parent for the home page. So the parent is this. Let's add the class name here. we are adding this style, saying that we are going to have a space of on G vertically of 10, and for small devices 16. This is basically what we are saying here. Now we have this section. This section, what we have is a div, but we are going to call it a section. Okay, so this is a section. We are going to create a section here with the same class. These are CSS class with from Tailwind. We are saying that it's going to be flex, item center, justify center, the padding on horizontally is 6, on padding top of 6, and we are hiding the scroll. So now what else we have here? We have this background. As you can see here, there is a background. We're going to add it later. But after the background, we have this div. Okay, so this div contains an span, which is a badge. This badge is the Shadcn component. So we are going to call it because we already installed it. And this badge has the let's add first the items that this has. Okay, I'm sorry, where is it? Okay, here we have an SVG, which is an icon. I think is zip or sub or zip. No, sub. Sorry. This part, this icon is called sub. But why I'm not accessing? Then I need to add the icons here. We don't have the icons added, so we are not able to access the sub. Okay, let's go to the UI page. On the UI page we added this, and let's add to the website as well. This is Lucid React. We are adding these dependencies here. Okay, now we are going to add this npm install. And now we go here and we can add the icon. We can add the sub. Yeah, this is the icon, and let's define this as it might be empty, like this. Okay, and this might be something like that. Okay, so let's see what we got on our design. There it is. We have this part, full stack web development. Okay, we are going right. It's similar, but yeah, let's continue. And now we have the H1. Let's copy this part and continue in the hero section. Before the badge we have an H1, which is what we got here, and let's copy and paste this. Okay, we have an H1, and then we have a paragraph. I'm not good at design, so I'm doing this way. The goal here is to integrate all of these components. Okay, let's see what we got here. Already the website's taking form. Now we have the title and the headline, description, and we need a button. For the button, we have a div that is wrapping the whole button, and this is below the paragraph div. And here we are adding the button from Shadcn also, and this button has this see what I do, and this has an icon. Let me check what icon is it. Circle arrow down. Okay, circle arrow down, and that's it. Let's check it out. Okay, we have this button, but we are seeing that this has a radius rounded full on text space. Let's copy this part, okay, and add here last class name rounded full text space. Yeah, that's it. So we have our hero section, which already is like that. Now let's go to the even though we are returning a list, for now we are going to only use one, okay guys, because yeah, let's keep it there. Later we are going to integrate with what we are getting from here. Now let's go to the profile section. On the profile, I need the profile, and this profile is going to be profile is going to be a profile entity. Okay, and this is a section. Let's put an ID here. Okay, an ID. This is going to be hero section, and let's put a section here. This is another section, and let's put here an ID also to profile section. Okay guys, and now let's see what this has. Okay, they call about, the idea is about. Okay, about, I like more about. And inside the about we have this div, which is going to be like this, max screen, and then we have two sections, a div that displays two sections. Div like this, we're having a column, and we have one div which has the image, a div like this, and we have another div which is this part. Okay, inside this we have another batch which has about me, and this batch has the bg secondary class name, bg secondary, and let's see what we got here. Okay, we have this here, and also the text is secondary foreground, text secondary foreground. If you want to see what are those colors, remember we created this global CSS. We have here the secondary foreground, and internally Tailwind CSS is taking this secondary foreground, adding this section, which is the text, saying that for all the text inside this is the text color. So if we go here, we can see the about me badge, and now we have another div. We have the h2. Before the badge we have for h2. This is h hierarchy. We can only have one h1 for each page. This is recommendable for SEO. So our h1 is this because when someone search for something on the browse, so Google with the robots are analyzing the website and getting this information of h1, then the h2, and then the h3, the h4, and in that hierarchy. So it indexes that way the websites. So now let's copy this and paste this here. And now we have the paragraph, which is this. Sorry, Siri, I don't know. Okay. And inside the paragraph, we are adding this part here. Okay. And now we have two buttons, which are grouped inside another div. Okay, and we have a button, which is the button of Shadcn, and this button is going to reference to the GitHub. Here there is an icon which is GitHub, but later we are going to create something that that is not deprecated, okay guys, but for now let's keep it down like that. View GitHub, and there is another button which is download the CV, and with the icon on the left with download. Okay, let's see. So we have this like that, but let's copy this part from our hero section. Remember we added this here, and let's add this style like this. Okay, so we have now, but I don't think there is something different, right? Yeah, the text is not text, and there is the text primary is, there is no text place, text primary foreground. Yeah, foreground. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, and the size of the text, it is text small, yeah, text small, and this text small is also here. Let's see how different it looks. Okay, and we have a px of 4, so we are px of 4, which means padding on left and right of 4, and we are going to add this here also. Okay, so we have like that, but one is primary and the other, let's add a variant, which is secondary button, and we have like that. But this secondary button has a border, so it added the rounder full and border input. So here we are going to add border input. With this style we are adding this one. That's it, guys. So we already have the buttons, and let's go to the Pexels. Pexels is a website I recommend you to get free images, and we're going to get a profile photo. Let's add this. Open a new tab, and we're going to copy up to this part, okay? And we are going to go here. Sorry, but we need to complete the image. So we have this, and inside the image we need to add another thing here. Okay, and we are going to add the image, and for the image we are going to copy this part. Image, we are going to use the image from Next.js because it optimizes the images to have more flexibility on the browse. It also Vercel by default it catches all of the image, so it is not free, that service. I learned my way because once I deployed there is a limit. I deployed some websites, and I found out that at some point the images were not displayed correctly. So I was researching, and it says like Vercel optimize your image, but you need to pay for it. There is a pro subscription that you need to pay for the image. So there is an option that we are going to do later also, is create a CDN with Cloudflare, and you can have the same behavior catching the image on Cloudflare. It's going to be free, so we are going to do it on this series of videos as well when we deploy the project. So here we have the href, and we are putting the image here, and we are adding the alt. Don't forget the alt, guys, because also if you are creating a website for accessibility, for example, that is nowadays being common, not only for websites but for mobile applications also. I think iOS and Google are working on that all of the applications you upload to their stores needs to be accessible for all of type of users. So on websites, those accessibility, those alt describe what your image is about. So here we are adding my profile image. We are adding the like this. So, but when we are going to load from this part, we are going to add instead my profile, a profile of and my name, something like that. Okay, I don't remember if I put the name. Okay, so now let's see what sorry, here we need to add the field. What it does is fill all of the options, and let's add this object cover style. Okay, here there is an issue. Another feature that Next.js has is that no one, if there is a domain that you use for your images, you need to declare to Vercel that you are using those images from that specific domain. In this case, we need to let Next.js know that this image.pexel.com is a valid for our images, so we need to add them. To do this, we need to go see the documentation, and we need to create this part. Inside the next config, yes. Okay, so we go to the Next.js config, and here we need to add the images remote patterns. Remote patterns, and we have to create a new URL, and this is like where is it? Okay, but also we need to add the HTTPS and slash. Okay guys, so with that I think we solved the issue. Let's see. Reload. Yeah, and let's wait, it has to load the image. There it is. So we have already this part, sorry, and you can see here. Let me hide this. Okay, as you can see here, this website is responsive. This is the way that is going to look when it is on mobile. So let's compare to this and see what it should look like when it is mobile. There is a margin, right? And the image is also appearing here. Okay, but this margin is where it is put. This margin, the section itself, the section has this. Okay, this has the px of 6. Yeah, the section itself has this margin, and also this has the margin. Yeah, so let's add the margin, guys. You can see this has the margin, but this doesn't have the margin. So to solve it, let's add to the profile section class name px of 6, and that's it. We now have the margin. Okay, let's continue. We have like this, and now we need to add the professional experience. Okay, let's go to the experience. This is a section as well, and this is a section, and we need to get the here experiences, the experiences are going to be a list of experience. Okay, like that. For the experience we have this section. The ID is called experience, and also we need to add the styles here, class name. Okay, and then we have another div which grab all of the content, and inside this div we have two sections. One is for the title, we have this div for the title, and the other is for the content, and we have this div here for the content. The title, inside the title we have a badge, again with experience. We are going to call the badge. This is simple, guys. This website is not as complex as it looks like. So we are adding the experience here, and let's see how it looks. Okay, but this has another style. So BG secondary, and also it has the text secondary for class name BG secondary, and text secondary for ground. So I don't like this. So we go here, and there it is, the experience. And now we have an H2, an H2, because this is another section, and the title of this section is an H2, which has this, and it has this style. So text for text font bold, tracking time. Okay, and now we have a description, and this description is a P paragraph, sorry, and this paragraph has these styles. So that's it related to the professional journey. This has MB, okay, but I see that there is not much space between each one of two, right? Let me check. Yeah, so here I'm going to add flex column gap 4 on items center. I'll justify center. Oh fuck, I'm bad at Tailwind CSS. Let's keep that way. Okay guys, so let's continue with this part. This is the experience. So for the experience, we're going to create a new component, which is going to be called experience component. This component is going to be used in another modules? I don't think so. experience component, error C. Okay, this component is going to need an experience. Okay, and this component has this part of data. So we have this. Okay, this is a class, and this has another div inside. And this is this div is the line, and inside the line we have this button, this circle, and this circle is going to be like that. Yeah. And before we have this space X, which is a div also, and we have this, which is the title, and this has the div for the icon. Pages, and we have here the building tool. This has the building tool. Okay, and now after that we have the unspan for the title. Here we have unspan class name. Let's put this text code solution, and we need to add later below this one there is an empty div which is below the flex item center. Okay, this one. Here we have the h3 this is the title I have on each experience, and then we have the for the time. So we have below the h3 we have another div which is like this, and then we have our calendar, and this calendar is going to have an span of the date. Okay, so now we have another which is the description. It's below this empty div. So below this empty div. And this is the description. then we have a flex active, which is going to have our technologies. So here we are going to use the badge, and the badge is going to have this title. Let's add a couple, okay, a couple of them, or at least 3. Node.js, and TypeScript. Okay, I want to see how it looks. BG secondary, text secondary button. So class name, BG secondary, text secondary foreground. Each one of these has the same class name, and this also has the same class name. And that's it, guys. That's it for this item. So now we need to add the item here. Let's add the experience component. Okay, we need to pass the experience, which is the component here. Let's integrate the experience from here, because I don't want to mock data since we already have the data here. So let's complete this part. To integrate this part, we are going to map each experience, okay? Map experience index, and we are going to return this one. The key is it is important here because the pros Next.js needs the DOM needs to know which item has to render if there is any change, so it has to be unique. For that case, when we handle list, we need to pass that unique value to each item. And also we have the experience, and the experience is the experience. What we are doing here is mapping, or this is a fork internally, so we are iterating each item and creating for each item this part. So since we are integrating this, let's change this to our item here. The span is the company, yeah, this is the company, this is the role title, experience dot role title, and this we have this experience dot start date, let's put two string here because we are going to map this date later to using a form an util. And here we are going to make a logic like if the experience dot end date, we are going to create the experience date to string. But if it doesn't exist, we are going to use present, meaning that we are still working on that. Okay, so now here we need to put the experience description. Okay, and for this we need to do the same what we did for the map, but in this case we are going to map the skills, experience dot skills dot map skill index, and for each skill we are going to return this badge. We are going to put this here and here we are going to render the skill, and don't forget the ID, the key has to be unique as well, and we are setting the index. So we remove the static data here. So guys, this way we already have the data, and we are going to do the same, but for the profile also. Okay guys, for the profile we are going to, let's go to the mock data, where on the package, where is it? This is the core UI, this is the core domain, this is the core, the client, the profile, and we're going to pass the here. Okay, my portfolio. Okay. Now let's go to the profile section. So the profile section, let's add another item here, which is a name. Okay, and let's go to this one, and we are going to add a new value here, called name. And here also for the admin we need to add this one here. Okay, since we have got this part, so let's go here and let's replace this for what it comes from the profile dot image of picture from picture. Here let's put this profile picture of profile dot name. Okay guys, this is going to be the same, this doesn't change, but this change for profile dot headline, and this also change for profile dot description. View GitHub. Yeah, I think we are going to use here a link from next link to go to the GitHub repository. Okay, href is going to be for our GitHub. This is going to be the profile dot GitHub URL, and also we want to open in a new window on the browser. Sorry, blank. Okay, let's do the same here, but this case is not for the GitHub, but this is for CV, and the CV, yeah, this is going to be to the, this might be later we are going to change, but let's analyze if this is going to download directly from here the CV, or we only open in a new tab, but let's keep it that way. So guys, we have the hero section also. The hero section, we have the banners, even though we are going to only render one. But this hero section, let's change this for one banner, not the whole banner. So let's change this for banner, and banner is equal to this, and this is the title, this is the banner headline, this is the banner description, banner.description, and this is the CTA. This is going to be the banner CTA text, and the icon. The icon, let's update it later. Let's keep it that way, because we are going to create something integrated, not only the icons that are available on Lucid icons, but we are going to use React icons, but in a way that doesn't add size to our project. So let's keep it this like this. So what it's going to cause here? Here we're going to create the props, okay? Interface, home props. We need the banner. We're going to need the banners. Here we're going to receive the banners, all of the banners, but this is a list. We're going to receive a profile, which is a profile, and we are going to receive a list of experience. So here we have props. Props are the home props, and here we are going to define const current banner is equal to props banners, then measure of 0, then props banners, the first one. Otherwise return div. Now here we are going to, if there is no banners, let's create the default one, okay? Const here from banners, let's copy one of these. Okay, so the default banner, current banner, and here we are setting this current banner. What this is mean? If current banner different, but this is a problem with TypeScript. There is no, it requires at least to have an item. Okay, how can I? It's not similar to type banner, undefined. But because I need at least one. Yeah, if this current banner is different of this, So here what we can do, I don't like this idea, but default banner. And since I'm already doing this here, but anyway, so profile, the same profile, it's going to be props dot profile, and experience props experiences props experience. Okay, so here we already completed this homepage related to that part, but we need to create this one. So here we are going to use the server-side component. We are going to get the data, have the data ready, and send to the browse only to print this data that we are going to consume from an API. To do that, we are going to create a method function fetch data, which is going to this doesn't require a cookie, so we are not going to require anything, but we are going to require we're going to return something, and this something is going to be export interface home props. Also those are going to be banners want to be profile banners is a list, and experiences, which is experience. We are going to return this one, and here we are going to use the promise of a result state of home props. So here we are going to use the domain and data we created to get this mock data we have. Okay guys, so here we are going to define the repository const fetch data. Okay, const banner repository is equal new banner client repository const profile repository equal to new profile repository client repository const experience repository, which is new experience client repository, and we are going to get the use cases const fetch banners use case new fetch banners use case, but I haven't noticed from where. This is from the code. And set the banner repository. Yeah. Const fetch profile repository. You want a new profile. Fetch profile from the client profile repository, and also const the fetch experiences repository, a new fetch experience repository use case from the client. Yeah, experience repository. We are going to execute those in parallel, so we're going to define something like this: a list of results, banners result, a profile result, experiences result, and this is going to be to await promise all fetch banner execute fetch profile execute. Those are the methods that we define on the each use case. Fetch, experience, execute, and that's it. So const error message into empty if banners result type is equal to error. We are going to error message must is equal to banner result message. This is bar, sorry. I'm going to do the same for profile result type equal to error message equal to profile result is equal to message, and this is for experience result message. If error message is different of empty, we're going to return our result is state of type error with a message error message, else we are going to return type success with data banners result dot type data here might be data, yeah, but let's profile also profile result data, and this is going to be for experience result data. Okay, let's add this before. Okay, first let's copy if banner result type is equal to success and banner profile result type is equal to success also, and experience result is equal to success. That means there is no issue, and we are going to return here. Like that. So what we are saying here that is getting all of the data that we mocked before on the server side, and once this is ready, we are going to see here a thing method, same function, const result is equal to await fetch data. If result type is equal to error, we are going to return a div or 404 page, but in this case let's only put there was an issue getting the data. Otherwise we are going to props banners result data banners profile result data profile experiences result data experiences. Okay guys, let's see what we build. Where is it? Okay, what they say. Okay, let's check what happened here. There it is. So we have the information, welcome to my portfolio. This is not what we wanted. We have this, and also if we go to this, we are getting the repository. We're going this. There is no CV because it's data, and this is the format. Like I told you, but this is the mock data, guys. We already completed the mock data. Okay, for example, if I go, something I don't like is this part. Welcome to my portfolio. I don't like to this part, so I'm going to this part, well, banners. Welcome to my portfolio. Here I want to full stack developer. Full stack developer. View my GitHub. No, I don't want to view my GitHub. See what else what I can do. How was? See what I do. See what I do. Okay. See what I do. CV. Okay, I think it's been looking good. Let's format this part because I don't like this. There is a space we need to add here also. So let's go to the experience component, and here there is this space needed. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is a space. Okay, let's add utils, guys, to format that part. So let's go to the root repository, lib. Let's create a lib. Inside the lib, let's create utils ts, and here we are going to create a function to format the date. Let's ask the Gemini to create that function. Okay, guys, let's go here. I don't know if it is correct to only put the year because if that's the case, no, I like to put the month also on the day. Okay, let's create a function. Could you create me a util to format the date using this format? I think it's month. Day and year on TypeScript. Path 0. What does path 0 mean? Okay. Format today, date instead of date, then okay. Let's copy this. Path 0. This path 0. Okay, what this function is doing is first ensuring that the date is a date type, then getting the month, getting the date, getting the year, formatting both cases and returning the information. Okay, it's good. Let's go and use this here, experience component, and instead of this, let's use the library experience start date. Let's see if it works. Okay, it is not working, but let's map also this part and date. What the issue says for month. But the start date is on a string, no? It is a date. Okay, leading to value provider selected, but the problem lies on the argument being passed. Or it is not a date. Let me check first. To ensure the experience mock was like this. Yeah. And they know they say that the AI is going to replace us. Come on, man, it's so simple. JSON stringify. What is this token? JSON stringifies. Why What? Why is this even changing here? Okay, there's not even a mock. Okay, this goes here, go here, but it says that the start and end date is invalid format. Sorry guys, I was updating the admin part, not the okay. The month, day and year. The month, date and year. So we have completed the landing page, but we need to add also the projects, right guys? So let's see the other part. It's similar to the experience, but in this case we are going to add this item. Let's see how we can do that. Projects. Here are going to receive the projects, which are going to be projects and project. Okay, and now we want to add to create this section. This is a new section, this is a new section, and let's copy the same as experience. This part, similar here. Okay, I need this part here, a badge, and this says that projects, and this is feature work, and a description. Okay, so now we have to add this ID, projects, and maybe there is a new style that we don't know. Yeah, this one, class name, this, and let me check how they put this part. Okay, they added below this one, they added a new with this part. Okay, so here we are going to create a new component also, which we are going to call a project component. Let's reorganize this. Okay guys, I think experience projects. So okay, let's add this an item. So this is the item, this is the other item. So this FC project component, class name, this part. Okay, and here we are going to receive the project. This is only an item, project, which is the type of project. Okay guys, so let's go to this other part, which is going to be, we have a new div here, and inside this div we have the image. Remember, we have the from next image, which we have the project dot image. We have the alt, and the alt is going to be image of project project name. This is going to be a field, class name, object cover, lazy object cover, transition, transform, lazy. Okay, and now we have a div. This is going to be very, here. Inside this div we have the name, which is an h3, and here we are setting the name, project.name, and below it we have the description, which is project description. So description, and below it we have for skills, below only, div. Here we are going to have the project dot technologies, technologies dot map tech index. For each one, we are going to return the badge. Let's copy this badge because we already have the styles from this one. From this one, let's paste here. So the badge, and here we have the tech. Okay, now we have it, and below this we have this other div, and here we have conditions, meaning that we have two buttons, but in some cases for each project, as we discussed in the previous video, we maybe don't have the live demo or the GitHub repository because there were projects that we work for a company, or there are internal projects. But if there is a URL that we have, we have to display the button. To do that, we're going to have the project dot demo URL. If there is a demo URL, then we are going to render a button. This is a condition. So this button is going to be called live demo, and we have here an arrow. What is the arrow called? This arrow called external link. So we have here external link icon from Lucidchart, and this is going to be rounded full. class name rounded full and px4. If there is also a link for project.repo, so we are going to do something similar, but if both cases are not available, so we are not going to display this section. And this is view code, and this is going to be GitHub. GitHub. This is deprecated, but for the moment let's keep it that way, and later we are going to see what we can do here. Okay, now we have this, and let's call this component from here, map project index and project component, and we need to send the project, which is project, and don't remember the key, which is unique. Here we can use the ID of the project or an index, it depends, but I like to use the index. Okay, so now we have an error here because it is asking us for the project, so let's add the projects, project, which is a list, and here we are send projects props.projects. Okay, and now we need to add here the projects also, project, and here we need to const project repository, new project repository, which is the client project. Okay, we have an issue. Let's change this doesn't has to be named admin, this is client. Yeah, okay, and here comes the fetch projects use case. Why I call it repository use case? Use case also is equal to new fetch project use case from the client project repository, and we are going to add a new one here, project result fetch project execute, and here if project result type is equal to success, so we need to add the projects result.data projects. If there is an error, type equal to error, so it is going to be like this, but here for this. So here we have the projects, result, data, projects, and we already completed that part. And here we have this issue because of this part. Let's replace the project's image because we have the project's image here. This one which we're using here, I know this doesn't exist, or it is. Yeah, we're going to use pixels for that. Those are going to be replaced for the CDN that we are going to create with Cloudflare later. But let's create a software. Let's see what we can do. Oh, I like this image. Open new tab. And let's put this image here. Okay. And let's put another image. Let's look for another image. I like this one also. It looks good. Okay. I like this setup. We copy this part and let's paste it here. And let's go for. Okay, I like the way this looks. Let's copy this part also and paste it here. And voila, we already completed the whole project, so now we shouldn't have issues. Okay guys, there you have it. But I think this part has to be secondary, right? So we go here, we look here, and we add the variant. This is secondary, and we also need to add the where we added the profile, I think, border input. Yeah, this part. Border input, project component, and we need to add this here. Let's see. Okay, let's see how it looks now. Yeah, it looks better. Here, for example, we don't have live demo, but we have the code, and the button is not appearing. We already completed the feature work. Okay, it is looking good, isn't it? So now let's test how it looks on browse. Sorry, yeah, it looks nice. For mobile, it looks really nice also. Okay. Now what we have left here, we need to create the footer, and we need to create the menu. The menu is going to be like this. Okay. And we need to add this image also. So we're almost there. We almost create this part. But before continue, let's publish this code. So you can have it also, guys. Git status, git package core, and also git. Let's push git status. Okay, git core data, git and git core domain. status. Okay. Commit integrate the UI with the use cases for the home landing page. Git push link that's it. We almost there. So now what we are going to do is create the a general component. Okay, here we're going to create general. Inside this general we are going to create the menu or nav menu tsx, and we are going to create the footer tsx. Let's start with the footer. Okay, let's see, the footer is this part. So let's see what is going on. So this is a footer. Let's remove this part. Footer class name. This footer we have a div, inside this div we have another div, and this div has look like this, and inside this div we have this SVG. This SVG is the icon. We're going to add only the name here. Let's create this P. Okay, you can add your icon of your website or something. That in my case I'm going to add Peter Trick. Later I'm going to prepare the icon for this, but below this we have this UL with class name like this, and here we have an LE. This is the options. We have the about, we have the experience, but these are wrapped inside a link. Okay guys, link, because with the link we can navigate. Href, to go to that section we're going to use the ID we put inside each of the inside each section. For example, for the profile we added the ID about, so we are saying we are going to the about section when the user clicks here. And same for experience, and we are going to the experience section, which is experience, and we have another which is a projects, and we are going to the projects, and this has to be the same name, projects. And then we have we need to add this class name to the link. Each one of these should have it, and we need to add this part, and this part is there is a line or separator. There is a separator below the div. So here we have now separator. This is a Shadcn also, and below this we have another div which has this style, and we have this part. I'm going to copy this. This is an spam. This is an spam class name. Okay, here let me add a new constant. Current year is equal to new date. No, current date. Let me check if I can do this. Current date and get year. Get whole year. Let's check if we can do it. And I need to add this part. And we have to add this space here. Okay, and we need to add also Peter Tech all rights reserved. Okay, finally we have for social media. This is a new div. And here we are going to put our social media, which also is a link. Here we are going to add the href. We're going to use this for the moment. And here we are going to put the GitHub. Yeah, right? Yeah, directly the GitHub icon. Let's add target blank. Let's add delete for. And now we have the footer. So to load this footer, to integrate this footer, we are going to integrate inside the root here. Because if we add a new, sorry, but the footer is, yeah, we have to name it capitalize. Yeah. This footer is going to be for all the pages. Here we have, now we have the footer, yeah. About, if we go to the experience, we are going to the experience. If we go to the projects, we are navigating to. As you can see here, the idea has been changed here. When there is a landing page, we are changing the path, and the browser knows where to go, because it is going to that part. The same we are going to do, but let me test first how it behaves on a mobile. It behaves nice. I think this is nice also. Okay guys, what else we need to do is add only the navbar. So for the navbar, let's check what we have here. This is a nav. Okay guys, so the nav bar, we have this part. Let's create the nav bar. fc nav menu, and this is a nav which has this name, this class, and we have inside the div, which is this, and inside this div we have the icon. For the icon I'm going to create it later, but I'm going to put a picture tech, and we are going to add the nav. Okay, this looks like a Shadcn component. I haven't known that Shadcn has something for the nav. Let me check. I don't think this is this menu bar, or maybe this. No, navigation menu. No. No, it doesn't have any of this. So this part, we have a nav there, and we have a nav. Let's ask ChatGPT the Gemini, from where this component is coming. Why? Let me check this. Is this a Shadcn component? I'm asking it because the area label is for the accessibility, the data orientation, yes, based on attributes, class name, navigation menu. Okay, if it is the navigation menu, it says. So then we are using this part. Okay, cool. Let's check what this goes. Okay. Navigation menu list. So here we have navigation home, navigation. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, so based on this structure, what we have here is the navigation menu, and the navigation menu we have the navigation item. Let me go to the documentation again. Yes, navigation menu list. Yeah, navigation menu list. And we have a navigation menu item, and inside each item we have navigation menu trigger, and here we have the about, and we need to copy this, create here, and we have experience and projects, and let's see. Okay, okay. And then we have this other part below the menu, which is a div, class name. We have two buttons. And we have here a button from Shadcn, this size type icon. And here we have GitHub. And here we have another icon, which is where he Twitter and GitHub. And this has rounded full, class name rounded full, same here, class name rounded full. So this nav menu we are going to add also to the layout before the children. We are going to add here menu like this, and let's see. Okay, here we have, but we are having this icon. We don't want this icon. So what we can do, and now how it behaves, yeah, we need to add also to the, but let me check, is this the same design? Yeah, let me check here. I'm sorry, the menu for the buttons, I know it looks good, but the variant is secondary. Okay, the variant is secondary. Also keep the variant secondary. Yeah, but we need to add the same we did with a project component border input menu, and we need to add this here, border input. It looks like that. No. BG background. And we have BG background. Okay, there it is. BG background. For these icons, we need to, let me check the code here. Okay, this is the menu item. Let me check if I can get, oh, menu navigation. Okay. We don't need the menu trigger because this is used for another purpose, but we can do this, and here we can inject this part. We can inject this part, and here we can add the ID about, and we can add this. So we don't need this. We are going to remove this part, and we are going to replicate the scenarios. Here we have experience it is experience, yeah. and we have the experience, and here we have projects, and let's see how it change there. Okay guys, I think we're almost there. What is left is to make this to hide those, meaning like this. For this part, let me inspect this more. Yeah, I think let's ask the AI to create that part. Okay, let me remove this one here, but I think it looks nice on mobile, or it doesn't. Let me check. No, they have much space. We need to remove an icon and keep and replace this here. What we can do is like a class name sm I think it's hiding. No. Let me ask this. Could you I want it to be like this. Okay, so let's what do I miss from mobile? Let's see if Gemini can do it. Okay, so it says something like that. Let's suggest that we can add this. We can add it, yeah, because we are going to need also for mobile, so to avoid replicating, we can add this. Using this, we are converting this into use client component, because use state is a real component and only can be used on client server components. Okay, so it says hidden in the flex. That was what I was before trying to do. Here it is doing like okay, I have enough links now. I can map a menu index, and it has to return an item. So this item is like this, and so what? Why am not returning the item? Okay, but here instead of this I'm menu dot href, also menu dot text, and here we have to add the key because we are doing a list, and we can remove this code. we simplify that part. Okay, that's okay. The social icons, Twitter profile, GitHub profile, background, transition. Yeah, what is the icon that it appears? GitHub, right? Yeah, okay. Let's add the same here to this, but let me check first. No, it's not working. We are not hiding it. Come on, AI. Okay, this is, we are just flex space, TSM, class foreground, social colors. This is the dialog. Okay, this dialog I'm going to copy entirely, and this is being pasted below the buttons here. Okay, I think we are going to already have it completed. Access an icon also. Let me check if it works. Okay, so I have this it doesn't work. Come on, AI. And where we are supposing to set in this? Those are styles, I don't think they... Dark, why is this adding a dark? No. Okay, so basically here we are building the X button. Okay, false, that's okay, but here we are putting the styles, and then we're creating the link for each nav, and those social we don't need them. No, we have them here. Those are not necessary. Those are not necessary. They change for this to this. Let me check. No. Peter Tech. I think it's not working because now it is like dying. Let me restart it again, the page. Okay, pm run dep. Okay, it is now like that, and let's see. Okay, it works there, but okay guys, but we have an issue with the dialog. But at least it works, and we need to hide also the Twitter. Let's do it ourselves. So here we have to copy and paste the Twitter button here. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay guys, it works, but the dialog is not working. The dialog needs a dialog content, needs a dialog title, and what we have here, is this a dialog? Yeah, it's a dialog, but this dialog has okay, it's almost there. I know it. We are almost there. Now we have a problem with the dialog. It is not even. Those are some issues we are facing, but here inside the content, yeah, this is the trigger and this is the content, but we need a title, it says, but the title main navigation. What the hell we need? Why we need to add this? But anyway, let's add to only to solve the issue. I need to know if the issue is being solved. Okay, let's see. We have this, but we don't see the content. Okay, let's analyze this part. Dialog. Fix and set, right edge full with flex. The dialog content is not right. It is not right fixed. Let's copy this part. It is fixed. Okay. Let's copy all of this. Okay, guys. But why it doesn't dialog. See, no. Those dialogues doesn't need the close button. I think they already have them. Yeah, but I don't need this dialog to be like an alert. I need this to be a drawer layer. So I have this. This is the content, okay? This is the content. Inside the dialog, I have content. Let me test if this solved the issue. Okay, guys. Those issues are the ones that I hate because I don't know much about CSS and all of that. But I want to integrate something to my skills again. Well, this is working, but not working. It's still not working. Let me, where I have a project that did this part. Where is this project? Okay. Okay, it says the dialog content. But why the dialog content is like this? Okay, stuck on this thing. Yeah, that is the issue. Now why let me first remove all of this. Okay, I want to know what elements are being added Okay, page background. Data. One of the main things I find, okay, this goes up. Let's ask the AI. Let me add the whole thing here, and let's copy the whole implementation that this has. This is like I am overwriting this thing, and I don't like it, because I think well, it works, but I don't like it. Why I don't like it? It is because navigation menu. Let's say navigation menu. Now we have to add this, not necessary. We have to add this. We have to add this here. Let me fix later this one. And I need to remove this, and I have the same sync, and I'm going to remove the buttons. Yeah. Now I have this. This is more. There is much space. Let's start page 4. but we need this part here, right? So here we have this part, but flex code. Where we did it, let's ask the AI to put Peter Tech. Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. I think we got what we want. Let's see how this behaves on mobile. Let me remove this part here. Come on. No, it's not working. An iPhone. Okay, let's commit. There were some issues, but we were able to solve it. So solve them. Oh, git status. I want to make sure that I already close everything. Git add this and git this also. Git status, git commit -m, add the menu, part and the footer. Git push origin. Okay. So guys, if you go to the to this part, what is it? If you go to the repository that is below on the comment on the description section, you can go there and you have the full code or repositories. You're going to see this, and I'm going to create a pull request. Okay guys, to have a design the client application, the client website. Okay, create pull request, and I'm going to no conflicts. I'm going to squash and merge. What the squash does is creating only one commit and merging the code to the main. Because here maybe when you are working for a company or something like that, you are working in a feature and you have a lot of commits, but at the end when you want to merge that code to the master or the branch that is going to be released, it is recommendable to squash all of these small commits into a single one that describes what your feature does, and that is how I work. Okay, so we already have everything in main. Yeah, and here we have, how many commits do we have here? 6 commits. So guys, that's it for today. What we did in summary was, well, we created the UI for the website that is going to be on the client side. We load the data from the mock we did before, from the core data. We use the use cases, we use clean architecture, we separate here the pages in different components. Each component is loading the data from our use cases. So what we are going to do in the next video, well, we are going to create the admin. We are going to create the dashboard where we are going to update those values, those mock values, and after that we are going to create the backend. So the backend is going to be using AWS Lambda with clean architecture also, and on that backend what we are going to do is make the whole CRUD for the banners, for the experience, for the projects, and finally we are going to deploy to AWS and Vercel, where we are going to create the CDN to catching the image. As I told you before, Vercel has a limit of catching the image. This is for user experience, so when the user goes to your website and there are a lot of images, Vercel catching them, so the next time that the user access to your website, the image loads faster. But this service, Vercel, you need to pay Vercel for that service. So to avoid paying that money, we are going to create a CDN on Cloudflare. So we are catching the data on Cloudflare and get the same behavior, but in this case we don't need to pay to Vercel. That's it guys. If there are any questions, give me a comment below and I'll answer as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Give me a comment and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.